So first of all, before we begin, right, let me introduce myself. So my name is Ishan. So I have around 12 years of experience, and I'm an ex Salesforce employee, as well as I'm working on an architectural level currently in the organization. Okay. So let us start. So first of all, what we will do is we will go through all these contents. First is the Salesforce. So what is a Salesforce CRM? We will get the basic introduction, and then we will talk a bit about the products of Salesforce. What are the products? So there are many products, but we will go through certain like 5 6 products which are mainly used. We will get an overview of that, and then we will see what are the course content. So once we are working on the training, right? So what content you will be giving your time on. Fourth one, will see a bit of a project demo, a little bit on the Salesforce platform, what it does, what it doesn't do, all those things we will see. Fifth one, we will talk about the job markets. So if you are currently pursuing Salesforce as a job, what is the job market in it and what are the career perspectives in this? That one we will see. And sixth one will be the Salesforce certifications. So what are the certifications which are provided by Salesforce? Okay. Now coming to the first part, what is Salesforce CRM? So before we begin with the Salesforce CRM, we have to first understand what is cloud computing. So if I go to the first slide, what you can say is, what is cloud computing? Cloud computing is a way to access information and application online instead of having to build, manage and maintain them on your own hard drive or servers. It's fast, efficient and secure. So what does this mean is, if you are having, let's say, a computer, right? And previously what we used to do is we used to install certain software like Java or certain other softwares whichever we will be using. Even for gaming purposes, we will be installing certain games and then we will be playing on it, right? But nowadays what you can say is there are certain online gaming platform as well, wherein you don't need to install something. You will just go to that website, you will register yourself and then you can play the game. On similar context, even for businesses as well, if you are doing certain business and if you have to use certain softwares, you might not be using it by installing it in your system. What you can do is you can go to the and you can go to the website, you can sign up or register for yourself and then you can use the features, right? So that is more or less what the cloud computing denotes. Now in the backend, what is happening is there is a server. You can consider it as a normal CPU. Okay, you will have a CPU in or a hard disk in your laptop, right? Similarly, there is a hard disk which is having storage of millions and millions of gigabytes. So that one, they will be giving it to share the resources. So if you have to install or anything, right, so that need not be in your system, that will already be present in that server or in that hard disk, and you will be using that particular hard disk to access the information or do your day-to-day work. So that is what cloud computing architecture designs. So it is basically, rather than storing the information, if you think of it in a very simple way, rather than storing the information in your hard drive, we are making use of certain other hard drives, certain other organizations hard drive to store it. Now one common example which I can give here is the Google Drive, right? So in Google Drive or Google Photos, what we generally do, rather than uploading the photo or keeping the photo in our system, in our hard drive, what we will do, we will make use of Google servers or Google hard drive. That is a hard drive somewhere in the world, let it be in USA or in China or in India, wherever it is. We will have a place for from the Google uh, warehouse, that is called as warehouse, where all these hard drives are placed. So that will be placed, and once that is there, we will be able to access it and store our photos or documents there, right? And why it is good, because first point is it is basically secured. Why it is secured? Because Google has its own security features which we can make use of it, rather than our personal laptop or personal computer, where we might not have that much security. But Google, being a multinational company, or for that matter any other company who are providing this kind of features or this kind of facilities, will have a very stringent facility to secure their premises or secure their software firewalls and all. right? So that is one thing which we are automatically getting if we are using the services. Second one is it is efficient and fast. Why? Because we can access this from anywhere wherever there is an internet connection. So let's say I will give an example. I will take the example of that particular photos itself. So let's say we have uploaded a photo staying in our home, right? Now we went to some vacation and we want to access that photo. How we will do that? We will simply go to that website, or we will go to the Google Photos and download it. So that way it is more fast and efficient rather than carrying our own laptop or own system or own hard drive. We can go to the other place, get the access using any computer, and store it, whether it will be in our mobile or anywhere. We can download it and use it out, right? So that is what cloud computing is all about. Second one is what is CRM. So CRM, if the name suggests, customer relationship management, that is the full form of CRM. So it is a technology for managing all your company's relationship and interaction with customers and potential customers. So that means, like, whenever you're doing a business, right? So the main important part is what? It's not the product which you are selling. It's basically the customers which you are dealing the relationship. Obviously the product is important, but without customers, how will your business grow, right? So for any business, the main part is the customers. So if you can manage your relationship with the customer, if you have a good platform where you can do those managing, like if you're having the contact information, right contact information, or if you are having the particular technology in place, so all these things can be done using the customer relationship management. If that is having a proper place in, I mean, all the features and functionalities are properly used, then it can be considered as a good CRM platform. Okay. Now coming to the third point, what is Salesforce? So Salesforce is, if it's a combination of the previous two which I told you. It's a CRM cloud-based platform. Okay, so you, for Salesforce, you don't need to install any software in your system. You don't need to install any kind of prerequisites, like for Java you need, or else if you are using certain other software, right, they will have certain prerequisites that you need to have this Java installed in your system, like that. So for Salesforce you don't need those kind of prerequisites. It's simply, you will go to the website, you will register it. Maybe if you are subscribing it for it, then you will have to pay certain money and then you're good to go, right? Similar to, you can think of it in terms of the Google Drive as well. So for Google Drive, what you do, you create a Gmail account. You after you create a Gmail account, you already get an access, free access for certain GBs, let's say 2 GBs, to work or upload your data. If you want more, you will have to subscribe to it, right? So similar way it is done for the Salesforce. So Salesforce, if I go by the definition, what it is telling, Salesforce is a cloud-based software company that provides businesses with tools that helps them find more prospect, close more deals, and provide a higher level of service to their customers. So all in all, Salesforce, what it is doing, it is maintaining a customer relationship from start to finish. That means before the product is launched and till the after the product is launched, the services whatever you are providing. So all these features are provided by Salesforce. And on top of that, if you want to make some modifications or customization or add any business logic specific to your business, that can also be done using Salesforce. Okay, so this is about Salesforce. Now coming to the products of Salesforce. Now for products, I told you there are multiple products, like around 10, 12 products are already there in the system. But out of this, we will discuss today about the 6 products. What are those? Sales, service, experience, marketing, industry, and Einstein Analytics. So first we will go with the Sales Cloud. Okay. So Sales Cloud, what it does is, whenever you are creating a business, right? So you have to sell that product. You have to first sell that product. So in order to streamline that product, that features, what features are needed, what objects are needed, those things will be provided by Salesforce. So Sales Cloud is specifically designed to streamline and optimize sales process, empowering sales team and enhance customer interaction, right? So what are the benefits? It will increase the opportunities. It will accurate forecasting. Increasing opportunities means, let's say if you have a product and if you are trying to sell that product, so how many revenues will get generated, what are the profit margins you will get. So all these things can be tracked using the, there is an opportunity object, so that can be used to track those deals as well as increasing that particular deals, right? So if you see in the diagram, there are
Ishan,
certain
Ishan, I think, are you sharing something? Because I'm not able to see. I'm
Oh,
just,
you're not able to see? I'm really
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let me share my
Because I
screen. I
was
was
just
sharing.
looking into the doc file that was shared. So,
Okay, okay. Sorry. No, no, no. Let me. Now you can see my screen?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, let me open it up once. So I was talking about this table of content first, where we will talk about Salesforce CRM, products of Salesforce, course content, Salesforce product project demo, then job market, and then Salesforce certification. These six parts we will cover today. Okay. In that first part, we have talked about the cloud computing, what is cloud computing and all. Second part, we completed about CRM, what is CRM, right? And third part is Salesforce, what is Salesforce. These three we have completed till now. And then coming to the products, I told there are six products we will be talking today: sales, service, experience, marketing, industry, and Einstein, right? So out of this, first we are going with the sales cloud. So if you see the picture, right, there are contact management, lead management. So leads are nothing but who are still not being in Salesforce terminology or in any business terminology. Leads are generally who are prospect customers. So they have shown interest to your product, but they have actually not get involved or bought the product from you, right? They are not taking that service as of now, so they will be considered as lead. So how you will manage those leads, how you will manage the contacts, the existing customers which are there in your system, how you will manage those contacts, right? Then if you want to automate certain processes, how you will do that, that will be done using workflow and approval process. Now flows are also coming into picture, so those can be done. Now account management, accounts are basically the organizations with which you are dealing with your product, right? Then the opportunity management. Then if you want to see certain reports based on certain key matrices, that can be done. If you want to access it using mobile, there is also a feature like Salesforce One app that is provided by Salesforce, where you can access the Salesforce features whatever you have created using the mobile application. If you want to integrate using email, if you want to forecast based on your sales, or like how many deals you will be making, or what type of business you can do to gain the upper hand in the market, those kind of forecasting. Then collaborating with other sales team. So if you see, these are certain features which are provided by Sales Cloud, which you can utilize to grow your business or to sell your product. Okay, so this is the first stage in any business. First stage is always about selling the product, right? Before that you will have marketing campaigns, but once you're going into the business, it will be about selling the product, right? So this is what Sales Cloud generally does. Okay. So if you see what are the benefits, it will increase the opportunity. It will provide an accurate forecasting, like what will happen in the future, right? Streamlining the business processes. Now, if you have to manage contact, leads, account, opportunities, and if you also have to, automate certain processes. So all this kind of management or all this kind of business processes can be streamlined using the features which are provided by Salesforce. And obviously if you all do all these three things first, and if you are considering the Sales Cloud, then it will automatically increase your productivity, right? If you're streamlining something, it will automatically increase your productivity. So that is about Sales Cloud. Now coming to the Service Cloud. So Service Cloud comes into picture when you have already provided your you have already sold your product or software, whatever it is, you have sold it to the customer, and they are having certain issue, or there are certain services which you need to provide for that. So that is the point wherein Service Cloud comes into picture. Now let's take an example. Let's say in Amazon. Okay, we will take the example of Amazon, wherein you have purchased one product from Amazon platform, and after that you have certain issues with that product, whether it is not packaged properly or the product is given differently, like that. So what you will do, you will call the customer care of Amazon and register your complaint, right? Based on that, the refund will be initiated or replacement, like that. Whether you can call, or there is a feature in Amazon as well to do it via the chat as well, right? So those kind of features, those are considered as services, right? Once you have already purchased the product, what kind of services you are getting. So that is also an important thing, right? Because if you think sale is important, but once the sales is done, if you are not providing good services, that creates a bad impact to the business, because you will not consider yourself to taking the product again if you are getting a bad service from that particular platform. So in order to manage that service, there is a service cloud provided by Salesforce. So clouds, whatever we are dealing with, right? So these are all focusing on particular sections of the businesses. Based on that section, Salesforce is providing certain objects, certain features, out of the box features, means you don't have to code anything. It will already be provided. You just have to make a modification based on your business needs. So that can be done. So service cloud is one such feature. Okay, so if I go by the definition, what it is telling, service cloud is a cloud based customer service and support platform to help business deliver exceptional customer experience, manage service interaction, and resolve inquiries efficiently. So if you see, I don't know whether you can see the picture or not clearly, it's a bit hazy, but I will just read it out to you. So first one is the case management. Case management means in Salesforce tickets, whatever tickets we are raising, right? So that is being in Salesforce terminology, it is called as case. So how to manage the case or how to manage the tickets, that is also there. Then activities. Activities are basically if you are tracking, if you are uh, doing certain, sending certain emails, or if you are creating certain task in terms of calling the customer after certain number of days to inquire about the service. So those kind of activities can be tracked using activities object. Now there is a CTI integration. CTI integration are basically wherein you will there are IVR services, right, wherein you will call the customer care and they will gather your details using certain automated voices, and once that is done it will be stored in the system. So those kind of CTI integration is there. Then contacts and what is this, you also cannot read, but live agent chat. So live agent chat is basically wherein you will chat with the agent and get the details sorted out like that. So all these features which are provided can be considered as part of service cloud. So these are provided by service cloud. You just have to make certain modifications based on your business need. Okay, and what are the benefits? If you see, case management, obviously case, if case is the main thing, tickets whatever we are raising, that is how to manage that case will be important. Omni-channel routing. Omni-channel routing means what? So let's say if we are creating a case that will, that need not go to a certain user directly, right? So you might have noticed once we are calling a customer care, there will be an automated voice that you are number 3 in the queue or number 4 in the queue, you will be answered shortly. So how that is being done? That is done using certain load management. So if there are 5 agents, agents means the other side of the, like we are calling, so the other side from the company representative, right? So there are, let's say, 5 team members are there who are handling this, business, I mean from the service point of view. So who will get the call from your issue, for your issue, what kind of skill set he has. So all this kind of consideration can be used to map it properly to the correct agent. Okay, so let's say somebody might be good at resolving issue related to some technical point, right? Somebody might be good at resolving issue if there is certain issues related to delivery. So all these things can be considered or mapped using omni-channel routing. So it is a kind of an automated way to provide you with the best reps or best customer agent to resolve your issue. Okay. Third one is the business process. Again, this is similar to, if you say Sales Cloud, it is similar to Sales Cloud itself. Why? So business process, if you are streamlining the business process properly, that will anyhow. Yeah, just a minute. Just 1 minute. Yeah, thank you. Sorry for that. Okay, so yeah, so streamlining the business process is an important part even for the service cloud, right? So if you're providing a service, if you're going a streamlining process, that will be important for that. Okay, and if you're following, again, if you're following all these 3 points, productivity will increase from the business standpoint, and that will anyhow increase the businesses going forward. Now coming to the Experience Cloud. What is an Experience Cloud? Experience Cloud is a platform where customers can interact with the other customers or a partner means who are selling products on your platform. Let's say Amazon is a platform, but there are certain other partners who are selling their products on Amazon platform, right? So they are partners. So if partners can be interacting with other partners, partners can interact with the customers who are dealing with it, right, who are purchasing their products. Or as an end user customers, I am a customer, so I can interact with other customers as well. So those kind of features can be done or can be useful using the Experience Cloud. So Experience Cloud is also a feature. It's kind of a platform which you can platform inside Salesforce, which you can use to do this kind of functionalities. So if we go by the definition, what it is telling, Experience Cloud, formerly known as Community Cloud, is a powerful tool within the Salesforce ecosystem that enables businesses to create branded and interactive online communities for their customers, partners, employees, or any other relevant audience. Right. So I hope you got what the Experience Cloud means. So if you go to any website, let's say which one I can think of. Mm, okay, so let's say if you're going to any Flipkart or somewhere, right? So if you're opening any product, in that product you have the option of reviewing the product, right? Whatever the reviews are posted by other customers, you can ask certain questions which can be answered by the customers or the seller itself, right? So similar kind of feature you can experience or you can build on Experience Cloud in Salesforce. So that is, this is more like a creating a collaborative platform. It can also have certain knowledge articles which the customers can look into to gather the common issues or common queries whatever they might be having, right? So this is kind of a platform which can be done, and for this you don't need, or the customers don't need to gain access to register it, right? They can register to get the to have certain enhanced feature. But if you there is a feature from your side as well, if you want to showcase certain, let's say, FAQ section or the knowledge articles, if you want to showcase those kind of features without logging in, that can also be provided using Experience Cloud. So those kind of users is termed as guest users in Salesforce. Okay, so those are guest users. They need not log in, but they can access those features. Okay, so Experience Cloud is done. Now coming to the Marketing Cloud. So as I told, marketing is the initial step when you are trying to market a product. Once you have built a product, you have to market it, right, before selling it. So that can be done using Marketing Cloud. So what is it selling? Marketing Cloud helps businesses create, manage, and deliver personalized marketing campaigns to their target audience. So if you see on the right hand side picture, email studio, mobile studio, social studio, so these are all tools which are provided to showcase the marketing part of the product. Okay, and if you want to build what type of audience you want to gather for that particular product, analytics builder is basically for analyzing the product what you have built based on the market conditions and all, right? So the product which you have built, that will be part of a segment, and that segment will already be developed, maybe developed by certain other people based on certain different products, how it is gaining importance, what are the things which are lagging, how it will impact your product, right? Or the features which you have provided, how it will impact the customers as it is. So all those kind of analysis can be done using this analytic builder, right? So this is certain features from the Marketing Cloud. But if you have to think of it in simple terms, Marketing Cloud helps in gaining or providing you with the features which will help in good marketing strategy. Okay, fine. What are the benefits? Benefits are multi-channel campaigns. Second one is the segmentation and targeting. So segmentation, as I told you, products will be part of certain segments, right? And you have to target audiences based on that particular segment itself. If it is a product which is focused on youth, then you will target the youth audience. If it is focused on retired persons, then you will focus on the persons who are above 60 years of age, right? So same thing. Similar to this, segmentation and targeting can be done using the tools which are provided. Third one is the personalized customer engagement. So if you are, so the process features which are provided, that will help you create an impression of a personalized interaction with the customers. And fourth one is the data driven insights. So data driven means whatever the data is gathered on the Salesforce end, right? So based on that, and whatever is present on the market, so based on that they will provide you some insights or the analysis which will drive or make use you we can we as a business can make use of those data to have the personalized structure in place. Okay, so this is about marketing cloud. Now industry cloud. So right now whatever we spoke about is based on a business, right? Like sales. If you are creating a product, it will go to the sales. Sales is one part, service is one part, marketing is one part. Now industry cloud is something wherein it uh, focuses on the particular cloud itself, right? So let's say health cloud. So health cloud is basically will be used for the medical purposes, right? For hospitals and nursing homes, like all those things. So for health cloud, whatever features are required, whatever processes are required, those things will be provided by the industry cloud. Okay, whether that is non-profit. So if you see here the diagram, there are so many industries which are present. So based on that you will get a specialized functionality for each of these industries. Now if I uh, go with the details, right? What is telling, industry cloud refers to a specialized type of cloud computing solution that caters to the specific needs, requirements and challenges of a particular industry, right? So it's industry specific, it's not business specific but industry specific. From that industry what businesses can be done, that will all be present on this industry cloud. So previously this industry cloud was known as Velocity, that was being developed on top of Salesforce platform itself but by a different company. Now recently in past couple of years it has been purchased by Salesforce and it has been termed or recoined as a industry cloud. Okay. And what are the benefits? Specialized functionality, industry expertise, and compliance and regulations. Okay. So this is about industry cloud. Now coming to the Einstein AI Cloud. So right now the buzz is about the Chat GPT and OpenAI, right? So all about the particular things like how the artificial intelligence or the machine learning will come into picture. So similarly, Salesforce has a product for that as well, known as Einstein AI Cloud. So Einstein AI is a comprehensive artificial intelligence platform that is integrated with various Salesforce products to enhance and automate business process, right? So this will help, Einstein AI will help in providing you with particular insights. Like let's say you have certain data in your system. Now with that data you want to understand what is the probability of getting good businesses out of it for the next couple of years, so that you can do that particular kind of insight analysis using Einstein AI Cloud. As well as if you want to predict something in future, what will happen to this segment of the product based on the current market analysis and the data, that also can be done, right? So and also Einstein can recommend you that you can go with this segment of the product for now based on the data what you have, which will enhance your business. Or this segment is not working properly, you need to make certain changes or focus on this particular customer base to gain more businesses. Like those kind of analysis can be done using the Einstein AI. And at the back end it is all about the artificial intelligence which is in place, right? So if you see the benefits, it's predictive insights which I mentioned, recommendations, automation, automating certain processes, and sentiment analysis. So sentiment analysis, as the name suggests, it works with the sentiments of the customers. So based on the wordings they used for, let's say, raising a ticket, right? If their wording is kind of a rude, or if their wording is kind of polite, so based on that the sentiments, based on the wordings or the chat what they are doing with you, or the phone call what they are doing with you, right? So based on those tones or the words whatever being used, the sentiments can be analyzed. Okay, so this is some features which are provided by Einstein AI Cloud. Now this is six features with six clouds which we have developed, right? Now there are multiple other clouds which we have not touched base now, but those are also present, right? But these are the like the popular ones which are generally being used. Sales services will be however being used in any platform, right? Because they are dealing with the business, core business part. Then marketing industry are also gaining popularity, as well as the Einstein Cloud. So this is the six are about the clouds. Any questions on this part? I will just stop for 1 minute, and then I will take the questions and then move to the course content overview. Okay, let's move to the other part. So we will talk about the course content, what we are going to learn in the training, right? So if you see, we will have around 2 months of training, which will cover the admin part as well as the dev part. Admin part, what it means? It means the point and click functionality. You don't have to code anything, right? You have to just configure certain features based on the businesses, and then it can be done. So in admin, if you see what is basics of cloud computing and Salesforce, whatever we discussed today, we will go in depth on that part as well. Then data modeling, how the data are modeled in Salesforce, those part we will cover. How the UI customization, or the what type of customization can be done from the user interface, that we will do. How the data are managed. So first part was modeling, how the structure is being in place. Then how the data are managed in Salesforce, that we will cover. And then the data security. So security is one of the important feature in any businesses, right? So how those security features are in place in Salesforce, or how you can modify based on your business needs, that we will cover. Then so automating processes. So whatever businesses we have, we cannot do it manually all the tasks, right? We have to automate certain processes. So what are the tools which are provided by Salesforce for automating the processes? What are the ways we can automate the assigning the owners, like we were talking about omni-channel routing, right? So in similar context, if you have to assign the records what are created, how you will do it, using the how you will automate that process. So those parts we will cover. Then reports and dashboards. So these are basically how you will create a reports and dashboards. Reports are basically a tabular format, whatever we have, right? I mean, the key metrics is whatever we want to show it, or we want to do for our analysis purpose, that is the reports. And dashboards are the way of showcasing it on the pictorial format. So that we will discuss how to create report, how to create dashboard, what are the different types of reports and dashboards are present. So all these things um, we can we can consider, right? We will be learning. And third, first, last one on the admin will be basics of sales and service cloud. So today we got an introduction of what sales and service is, what it does, but what are the features, what are the objects which are present, or what are the out of the box features which are present. So those parts we will be covering, basics parts, because sales and service are, again, if we have to go in depth in that part, that will take a different session altogether. But we will cover the basic important features which are provided by sales and service cloud, so that we will be good to go on any businesses when we are learning, right? Once the admin part is done, we will covering the basic dev part, development part. And what it covers, Apex language. So Salesforce language like Java and HTML, CSS, JavaScript, all those things. Salesforce has its own language, okay, that is known as Apex. So that we will learn. Then we will learn about SOQL and SOSL. So this is about the querying the database, how you query the database, what are the keywords you will be using, what are the ways to query the database. So all those things we will be learning using SOQL and SOSL. Now, Visual Force Page, Lightning Component, Lightning Web Component, these three are considered from the architectural standpoint, they are a bit different, as well as from the UI standpoint as well. So, how you will be developing certain things, like you will in web pages, you will be developing using HTML, right? Similarly, how you can do it using Salesforce. So there are certain platforms or certain tools which are provided using Visual Force Page, Lightning Component, Lightning Web Component. So these things we will be discussing in our training class. Now, out of this, Lightning Web Component is the one which is being prioritized by Salesforce. So we will be working in detail on the Lightning Web Component as well. Integration is also an important part in any business, right? So if a business cannot thrive on only one platform, so if you are using Salesforce, you cannot tell that you will be working on Salesforce itself. You have to interact with other systems, and then from that other systems you will be able to make your business as a whole, right? So let's say if you are going for any platform, you think of it as any platform. Let's say Amazon only, we are taking an example. So Amazon cannot thrive on its own, right? Even though it has products and everything in place, if you have to buy certain products, it has to integrate with bank like HDFC Bank or credit cards or ICICI Bank or any banks or any UPI payment methods. So they have to integrate with those particular payment systems in order to make the business uh, as a whole, right? It cannot survive on its own. So that integration, what type of integrations are present, how to integrate, right? So those parts we will be covering using the in the integration section. Then limits and testings. Now limits and testings are basically limits in Salesforce. There is a terminology known as governor limits, right? So in initial slide, I have mentioned about the cloud computing, right, where we will be using the servers or the hard disk of the of any company, let's say Google, Salesforce for this part as well. So we will be using the hard disk. Now we only will not be using the hard disk, right? It will be used by other persons as well. So if you are using Google Photos for from Google, so there wherever we are uploading it, we are uploading in certain servers, right? But that server will be utilized by some other system as well. It is not like every individual will have its own server in place. That will be like not practical enough, right? So they will have a big server with big amount of data, and they will assign certain portion of it to our user who are registering it. So that in Salesforce terminology uh, is the way to limit those particular use cases or the spaces, right? So that is governed by the governor limits. So if, let's say, if you are coding something and that code is not properly written, and then we are going, we are deployed in that particular server, we have made it live, and then due to our bad code, it should not impact others one as well, right? That will not be practical, right? Or it is not justified that other customers who are using the same hard disk will be impacted due to the code what we have written, right? That is not justified. So for that, there are certain governor limits in place that we need to adhere to when we are writing code. So that is known as governor limits. And we have to also do the testing before we move into go live. Go live means we are where we are showing to the customers. Before doing that, we need to do certain kind of testing, maybe using test classes. Test classes are basically the code whatever we have written. For that, we will be creating some dummy data and then trying to test that particular code using the format. So certain formats are there, we will try to test those part. So that is known as testing. And then at the end, we will talk about the deployment process. What are the different kinds of deployment provided by Salesforce? How to deploy from one place to another place. So those parts we will be covering in the dev part. So if you see overall, admin and dev, what if we cover all this part, you will be in a good position to work in Salesforce, whether it is from an admin standpoint, whether you want to pursue your career in admin, or from a development standpoint, right? Or if you're going forward, if you're going for an architectural role, like what I am doing right now, so that also will be useful for you because you will have experience in development as well as admin. Okay. Okay, now coming to the Salesforce demo. Okay, so let's see. Today I will show you demo. Let me open. Okay, so I will just show you a bit of an overview of the Salesforce. So this is the org which I have created. Okay, this is my org. So you also can create your own org uh, for testing, for for your learning purposes. You can create. Salesforce provides that features, so you can create your own org, and from there you can have the you can create and work on your learnings there. Okay, you will have all the features, just that the space will be very limited. There are certain restrictions on creating the users as well, so those things are there. But in order in feature wise, as well as on the what to say, the functionality wise, those will remain same. Okay, now let me show you. First part is, there are two UIs for Salesforce. First one is the Salesforce Classic. Okay, this was the first one which was developed when Salesforce came into the market. This was the first UI which was being used for. Okay, so if you see here on the top, there are certain these are called apps. So based on sales cloud, service cloud, marketing cloud, right? So this all we have discussed today. So it will be provided here, as well as certain tabs you can see here, right? So this can be useful. Now if I go to services, you will see these are the certain tabs which are provided by the sales and service cloud. Okay. Now this is from the this part, what to say, classic, Salesforce classic. Now after that, to enhance the security feature, as well as to take help of the new web standards, if you just search in Google, there are certain web standards which needs to be followed in order to uh, improve your performance of the website. So for that, they have switched to a different framework. So this is this framework whatever we have dealing with right here. So even we are doing certain kind of manipulation here, we are directly calling the servers and getting the results. Okay, so this is about the classic. Now in lightning experience, you will be, it's like a component based structure. Component based means all the functionalities whatever you're using, or else all the records whatever you're using, will be part of that particular component wise. So if I go to account, right, if I open, just don't I mean, you don't have to understand what an account is, just think of it as a record which we are opening. And then if we are going into this edit page, right, in this edit page, if you go, you see these are all other components. If I just click on this, this is a component. So if I remove this, it will not impact the other pages, right? If I even I can add certain components from the right hand side. So if I go to this list view, I will just add it, and the list view will come into picture all the accounts, right? So these are all component based. I will not activate it now. So these are all component based architecture from the lightning standpoint. What it does, what is the importance, that we will go details when we are learning about the lightning experience and all. But all in all, in high level, if you have to understand, it's to enhance the security of the features. Okay. So let's take one example here. So we will go with the sales cloud itself. Okay. We will go with the sales cloud. So this is the sales cloud. Now, first in the sales cloud, what happens is we will have a leads in place, right? So those are the prospect clients. So we will go to leads. We will create a lead, right? You can ignore that page for now. So this is the place which it came. Now I will give the phone number. So let's say one lead has contacted us, and I will try to gather the information. Okay, so he has given his name as Myth. Let's say Mark. Okay. Phone number I will give certain something. So this phone number they have given us. Company I will give it as ABC company. Right. So these are all the details I'm filling up for that particular lead. Lead source also we can think of it as, let's say it came from the web. Web inquiries there. Right. So lead status I will give it as not contacted. As of now I have not contacted it. Okay. Industry I will select it as agriculture. So let's say all this information I have provided. I will also select the addresses. Let's say 123 West Road. City, let's say I'm giving it as Hyderabad. Zip code, anything we can give for now. State, Telangana. Country, India. So these are all the details which I am providing in order to gather the lead information. So leads are not, again I'm telling, leads are not customers. They are the prospective customers. Okay. So once I have created, you see in the details section, we are seeing all the details. Now, if you want, you can edit this. Clicking on this down arrow button, clicking on this edit button, you will see the same page, and you can edit this information, or else you can do certain information by using the pencil icon. If you hover over that field, right, there is a pencil icon which is coming. So you just have to click on this pencil icon, and this page will open up on the detail page itself, and you can change it here as well. So this feature is known as inline editing in Salesforce. Okay. So the one which we are doing it from the line itself, that is known as inline editing in Salesforce. Okay. So once leads are converted, let's say all the conversion, like all the details I have filled, and we have contacted and we have finalized a deal. So they are ready to buy our product. So now at this point of time, we have the option of converting those leads into accounts and contacts, right? So what we will do, we will click on this convert. There is a convert option, right? So we will click on this convert option, and we will create an account, we will create a contact, and we will create an opportunity. Okay. So accounts are basically, as I mentioned, accounts are basically organizations like hospitals. Contacts are basically point of contact for that hospital, right? Which doctor or somebody whom I need to contact. And opportunities are the products or the deals which we are dealing with, or which we are trying to sell to that particular organization. So this is optional, which we can do or which we can avoid. If we don't want to create a deal for now, we can just click on this checkbox and it will not create an opportunity. So these things which we can create, and we will click on convert. So once we do that, you see there is account, contact, and opportunity automatically got created, right? From that wizard itself. And if we open this part, we will be able to see all these three records which got created. Okay. So if you see the industry, the phone number, the account name all got transferred from the lead, as well as for the contact also you will see the same things, the name, the phone number, and the mailing address. All these things got transferred when we converted from the lead, right? And also the account got mapped to this contact. So this is about account contact. And in opportunity, if you come in detail section, if you go, same thing. The opportunity name, the account name got tagged automatically, close date when it should get closed, right? So that also, this we can make a change, but automatically it will get updated because this is a required field. Okay. So this all we can do, and once all these things are done, we can we are good with the prospect, right? As of now, the leads are converted into account, contacts, and opportunities, and then we are good to work on those particular customers, right? So if we are going to activities, you see we can create a task for ourselves, log a call. Like if you are calling a customer and if you want to log that call, you just have to click on it. This can also be automated, but for now we will see the manual part. So we will just write comment that uh, called the customer and product needs to be delivered tomorrow, like this, right? And it will be related to which opportunity, which contact also you can select and save it. So this is about tracking the activity what you have, right? You can also send an email from here. You click on this email and you will be able to send it out. So this is about a bit brief overview on how you can convert a lead to an account, opportunity, as well as contact. Now if you go to the classic, so here also in top you see the same kind of structure, wherein we will have the sales process. And then if I go to the leads, if I go here, right, there is a convert button. Same thing what we did in the lightning, it's just a bit of a UI change. From a backend architectural change is there, but from the UI this is a change from the UI part as well. So if you click on this convert button, you will find all these details, and same thing, same what we have discussed, and then we will click on the convert, right? I'm not doing it now, but it's the same process, same things will get created. Okay. Now if you see forecast, I was talking about the forecast as well, right? So if you have to forecast, or if you have to create set up certain forecast in the system, that you can do using the forecast tab. So all these things are in place from the out of the box functionality as well. Okay. Now there are certain features like App Exchange. App Exchange is basically a platform wherein you can download certain software. So somebody has developed certain software on Salesforce, and if you want to make utilize of it, you can go to App Exchange. It is similar to how you install your software or games from Play Store or App Store. Similar to that, Salesforce has done it using App Exchange. So if you go here and you can search for anything, let's say category, I will search as finance. Okay, okay, it is not coming from top category. See the collections. I will click on this, see the collections, and you see all the products which are showing here. These are all provided or created by certain third party vendors on Salesforce platform, and they're providing it to us, right? Something will be free, something will be you have to buy it. So like DocuSign has created this DocuSign e-signature, right, for sending, tracking or save agreements in Salesforce, right? Similar to this, LinkedIn has created something. So all these parts can be explored and you can use it in your system. Okay. So if I take one example, there is a recruiting app. Okay, so this is the recruiting app. If you click on this app, you have to click on get it now. So if you click on get it now, you will get all this. See, first of all, if I go back, you see this is a free one, right? If it is a, if it requires certain money, it will be shown here as well. And who has developed it? If you see at the down, it is developed by Salesforce Labs. From Salesforce itself it has been developed, but there are certain limitations in kind of support. You will not get direct support from Salesforce for this, because this is kind of a it is created as an R&D purpose. So it will not, you will not get support from Salesforce itself, but whoever has developed this can be, you can take help of them. So that is all the information which you can get here. And once you click on get it now, you just have to log into your application where you want to install and then install it. So I'm not doing it now because it is a bit of time consuming, so I'm not doing it, but I just want to showcase you that this is also a place where you can take help of other applications or other softwares who have developed into your current organization. Okay, so this is about a bit of a project demo. Okay, now I gave you a bit of a demo from the other perspective. Like previously I showed using recruiting app, but today I showed using sales application. Okay, now coming to the job market and career. So if you're investing your money or your time in Salesforce, you should understand or you should have the knowledge on what are the job prospects, right? Whether it is good for you in long run or not. So if I go to this market trend and career opportunities, so if I see according to International Data Corporation, Salesforce and its partners means who has developed its products over Salesforce. So they also have their own companies, right? So Salesforce and its partners will create around 10 million jobs by year 2026. And if you see the segments on the right hand side, if you see the demographics where this Salesforce has been adopted by which type of industry, in software, it is adopted by 32.8%, business services 17.3%. Similar to this, education sector also involves 2.2%, real estate 2.2%. So if you see, all the major sectors are involved who are taking help of Salesforce. So you have the flexibility whether you want to work on a software industry like Google, Apple, Microsoft, like this Amazon, or TCS, anything you can think of it. Every software company uses Salesforce one way or the other. Okay, even if you want to go to any business services or manufacturing, let's say you want to in finance, there is a KPMG, right? So they will also be using Salesforce for their purposes. So all in all, you have the flexibility of choosing your own market or own business which you want to part of, which sector you want to be part of. And they, most of the companies will be using Salesforce as a integrated system. They will have the Salesforce for utilizing some or automating or using some of their functionality, managing some of their functionalities. So that is one big point, right? You will not only be restricted in the software industry. Now coming to the uh, coming to the segments, so if you see the segments and the pie chart, it is showing like this, so that is fine. Now, coming to the roles. So what kind of roles we can expect using Salesforce? So you can work as a business analyst where you will be gathering the informations, you will be documenting those requirements like normal business, right? So like whatever business we have, we will analyze the requirements coming from the user, and then we will frame it accordingly in a document for the developers to work on it, right? So once that business analyst role is there, architect role is basically once that business comes, what is possible, what is not possible, how to design those particular things, those kind of parts will be taken care by the architects. So architect is mostly the sought after jobs in Salesforce market currently. Why? Because there are very less number of architects. They have to know in and out of Salesforce. Apart from that, they also have to know the other systems in order to integrate it properly, right? So we cannot directly integrate with third party system with any way we want. We have to consider a lot of things based on the business, based on the data, what type of data is being interacted, how they want to interact. So all this kind of things needs to be analyzed, and then the designing needs to be done. So that is about the architect role. Now functional consultant, so this role is basically dealing with, if you want to, if you have knowledge on Salesforce and if you want to provide consultation to the team or to the project, that can be done using functional consultation. Functional consultation is only on the functional part, not on the technical side, as per, right? Now Salesforce, if you go in depth, you will find that Salesforce, most of the functionalities are point and click only. Like 80% will be point and click only. Only 10-20% will need customization, wherein you need to work on the coding part, and that code can be taken care by the development team as well. So if you say tech specialist is also there. UX designer is basically the part wherein you will design the UI as per the business needs. So those are also the roles which are present. Devs and admins, which anyhow we will be covering in our training, but and these are the basic roles which we can get into. These are the roles which we can start our journey with. Okay. And designer is another role. So these are the roles which are currently present in the Salesforce market, as well as the opportunities which are being provided by Salesforce. Okay. Sector wise as well as by the jobs perspective. And also, if you think or if you do a certain market research, you will find that the average salary what a Salesforce developer or an admin, or for that matter any other role takes in hand, is comparatively very high compared to other services or other careers, what like Java and all those things. You will have a bit of a edge on that part as well. Okay. So this is about the market trend and career opportunities. Now coming to the Salesforce certification. So Salesforce has a lot of certifications in place, like mostly around 20-30 certifications in place, but the main part which we will be covering or we will be interested in will be the administrator, advanced administrator. These are doing with the admin part, even platform app builder. So these three are part of the admin. And PD1, PD2, or platform developer 1, platform developer 2, JavaScript developer 1, these are basically to provide you the expertise on the Salesforce developer platform, development platform, so development knowledge. So why these certifications are needed? So because let's say if resume, it will show you that you have knowledge, and that will open a gateway for you, right? So that way, once you are in the interview, obviously that time you have to showcase your knowledge and all those things, but in order to get into the interview, this is one of the important things which gets tracked, or which gets takes weightage once you have a certification in place. Okay. So this is about the certifications. And once you are done with the admin and development, right, you will gain knowledge on all the topics which are being part of this certification, and then you have to work on top of that to get the certification done. Okay. So with this I will conclude my demo session. Any questions you have, I can take it.